up guys, Matt here. Welcome to this Thursday edition of my daily news show where I talk about the stories that I wanted to share with you all. If you like it, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and make sure you subscribe so I can see you tomorrow too. So we'll jump right in today with a story from Minnesota where 5 teens have been charged with third-degree murder. Synthetic LSD had been passed around between the 5 teenagers who eventually gave it to Tara Fitzgerald, who overdosed. The 17-year-old Fitzgerald overdosed back on January 11th. Cole Matinaire and Alexander Clausen are the 2 adults in this case, but the rest of the teenagers are underage and they're all being tried as adults. Pete Orput, the county attorney handling the case, had this to say. When an illegal drug enters our community, all those involved, those who create it, sell it, or give it away, are responsible for what happens with that drug. We are especially concerned with those individuals who distribute illegal drugs to juveniles. We will prosecute those individuals to the full extent of what the law allows. And, personally, I'm having a hard time thinking of these kids as murderers. This girl wasn't forced to do anything. She just took a drug voluntarily. I'm assuming she thought it would be fun. She wanted to have some fun, whatever. It is sad and it's upsetting for obvious reasons, but to turn around and charge these 5 kids with murder is not the answer. I don't think that's right. They should definitely be charged for their drug-related crimes like possession or intent to sell or, that kind of thing. But murder? Really? I know this is typically how the law goes, but I just don't think it's right. I don't agree. This is definitely a tragedy, don't get me wrong, but the answer is not to bring down these 5 kids on blown-up charges. Alright, we'll move on to this next story coming to us from Florida, where a woman allegedly murdered her ex-domestic partner's daughter and tried to kill her son. Kimberly Lucas went to church and heard a sermon about Genesis 22, where God asks Abraham to sacrifice his son in his name, but stops him at the last minute. After hearing the sermon, the very next day Lucas drugged a cup of coffee and gave it to the boy to help him grow, and then drowned the 2-year-old little girl in the bathtub. After the murder, she took a pill and passed out on the bed next to the boy. The boy woke up and went looking for his sister. He found that the bathroom door was locked, so he got a knife and pried it open. He found her body in the bathtub and pulled her out to perform CPR. Unfortunately, she could not be saved. Also, Lucas left a note for her ex-domestic partner saying, "When you are laying in bed at night, remember you fucking did this to yourself. The Pastor Leah's sermon really touched me yesterday, but God never told me to stop." What a fucking nutcase. This story is absolutely disgusting. It sounds like she wanted revenge on her partner. Even after the relationship ended, they agreed that Lucas would help out with the kids, with babysitting, that kind of thing. It's cases like this that put me in favor of the death penalty. Quite honestly, she shouldn't even be breathing our air. So, continuing on, we'll go on to a story about Evan Spiegel, the Snapchat CEO. Some emails were linked from his college frat boy days where he was talking about hot bitches and drunk sex, getting drunk, oral sex, all that kind of thing. The story I linked has the emails if you want to read them word for word. But obviously they do not put him in a very flattering light at all. Spiegel has since apologized for his dumb remarks, saying, "I'm obviously mortified and embarrassed that my idiotic emails during my fraternity days were made public. I have no excuse. I'm sorry I wrote them at the time and I was a jerk to have written them. They in no way reflect who I am today or my views towards women." This is really bad timing with the misogyny shooting on the UC Santa Barbara campus. I don't really see it being hateful towards women. I don't see it being misogynistic. Disrespectful? Absolutely. Idiotic? Yes. Immature? Yes. But he was a college kid. He was 18. He was dumb. This can't be surprising to people to learn that this is how a bunch of young, dumb guys talk to each other. And stuff like this is all just talking trash. I remember when I was 18, I took part in it too. I'm 22 years old now, and 4 years doesn't sound like that much, but it's really a lot when you're still maturing. Think about the difference between a newborn to 4 years old and a 76-year-old to an 80-year-old. You see the extreme difference there? From 18 to 22, there's not as much going on with your body, but your brain still has quite a bit of developing to do. So 4 years is a long time for this thing up here to keep working, you know what I mean? Like I said, it was a dumb guy being a dumb guy. I'm certain if I heard myself back when I was 18, I would be embarrassed too. Everyone would. That's how life works though. You make mistakes, big or little, and you avoid repeating them. You learn from them. You move on. I don't see any reason to nail this guy to the wall on this one. I am curious what you guys think though. Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. But this last story really just cracked me up. Deion Sanders, the 90s cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, number 21, primetime as he was called, his ex-wife Pilar wants their prenuptial agreement voided. And you might think that I'm judgmental when I say she's just being a crazy money grubber, but you should know the reason that she wants this prenup voided. She is now affiliated with the Moorish Divine and National Movement of the World, basically meaning that she's above American law. She's above such petty nonsense. Just shut up and go away. What is this garbage? Her appeal was dismissed before she even made this filing, which kind of leaves me with one question. Did she really think this was a good idea, that it would work? Oh man. So we'll wrap up this video with a pretty straightforward question of the day. Do you think those 5 teens from Minnesota should be charged with murder? Why or why not? As always, I'd love to know your thoughts on this or anything else I talked about today in the comments down below. And with that, I will take my leave. Before you guys go, be sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you tomorrow. Basically, she's affiliated with the Moorish Divine National Movement of... Fuck. Basically, she's affiliated with the Moorish Divine National Movement of the World. Hey, I got it finally. That was like take 9.